I hope you all had a wonderful week. Welcome to another episode of InfoScope. I'm your host, Hannah Kim. It is summertime here in Korea and it is hotter than ever, but we are back once again with the latest from the IT and science world. Let's take a quick look at some of today's stories. Back in April, NASA discovered a small asteroid from an observatory in Hawaii. Although the asteroid poses little to no threat to Earth, it is orbiting around our planet and has been called the second moon. Let's find out more about this and other stories right now on InfoScope. NASA announced the discovery of a miniature asteroid orbiting the Earth. Analysis showed that the asteroid was pulled into Earth's orbit about 100 years ago, and NASA predicts that it will escape Earth's orbit after a few centuries. Citizens have come forth with unique inventions to help children feel more comfortable at hospitals, such as VR devices to help them follow doctors' orders or IV carriers in the form of stuffed animals. Talks are underway to commercialize some of these inventions. Those new inventions will definitely make it easier for the parents of young children, especially for kids who are terrified of hospitals. I am personally very curious about these inventions, but I guess we will have to wait until they are commercialized. Now moving on, every summer, people begin to worry about the safety and the quality of water because of algae. Water filtration plants do all they can to provide clean, safe water, but sometimes their efforts are just not enough. Fortunately, Korean researchers have developed a new method to effectively tackle the spread of algae in our tap water, and we'll have more on this in just a moment, but let's shift gear a little. You probably know that chameleons are known for their camouflaging ability, blending in with their local surroundings. But did you know that chameleons are capable of catching prey that are up to 1/3 of their size with just their tongue? Apparently, it's not the strength of the tongue, but something in their saliva. We'll have more details on this coming up next on Industry Inside.
This chameleon extends its tongue to grab a cricket instantaneously. A chameleon's tongue is capable of extending up to twice its body length. The tongue can support prey that weighs up to 30% of the chameleon's body weight. But how is this possible? A joint French-Belgian research team found the answer in the saliva. The researchers calculated the viscosity of chameleon saliva and concluded that it's 400 times more viscous than human saliva.
카멜레온은 나뭇가지에서 다른 나뭇가지에 있는 곤충을 잡아먹다 보니 보다 좀 멀리 혀를 내밀어야 되는 상황이 생겼고요. 그러다 보니까 점성이 좀 더 강해져야지만 그 먹잇감을 당겨올 수 있는 힘이 더 높게 될 수밖에 없게 진화를 했겠죠.
If chameleon saliva had the same viscosity as human saliva, the prey would be only 1/15 as big as what they catch now. The team's research and results were published in the global academic journal, Nature. Algal blooms appear every summer. It's not a pleasant sight, but the bigger problem is that rotting algae can trigger liver disorders in humans. Filtration plants work hard to ensure that algae do not enter the water supply. Usually, coagulants are used to sink algae to the bottom, but when algal blooms are severe, coagulants alone are not enough. Much time and labor is invested in the purification process as workers must manually scoop out algae. Korean researchers have developed a new kind of coagulant that has a silicone compound which easily reacts to algae.
기존의 응집제보다 고용물하고 조류 제거 효율을 30에서 80%까지 개선할 수 있는 그런 응집제를 개발하게 됐습니다.
A comparison between the existing coagulant and the new coagulant showed that algae quickly gathered around the latter. After 20 minutes, the water around the new coagulant was visibly cleaner.
녹조가 유입됐을 때 녹조를 효과적으로 분리, 제거할 수 있기 때문에 정수장 운영에 보다 안정적으로.
The new coagulant is expected to abate the concerns and damages caused by algal blooms.
Maybe it's just me, but I always get a little scared when I drink tap water, but I am definitely more relieved after watching that last story. Now in our next segment, I hear we have a lot of stories from the field of medicine, so let's get right to it. When patients are diagnosed with heart failure, they are usually stimulated with electricity. Now, as many of you may already know, this procedure may have its limits with possible side effects. Luckily, scientists came up with a new method to address these shortcomings, and we'll have that update for you in just a bit. But in other medical news, when patients undergo different biopsies and tests, it strains them with mental and physical stress. To relieve this problem, researchers have come up with a new radioactive medication that may quickly and accurately diagnose patients, potentially reducing stress levels and the time spent on tests. Here's some more information on these stories next in Tech a Peek.
Medical imaging is used to diagnose cancer and other disorders at hospitals. However, there are many cases when biopsies are required in order to make a precise diagnosis. Patients must undergo numerous examinations and deal with the mental strain of waiting for the results.
괜찮으면 집에 가라고 할 텐데 또 조직 검사를 해보라고 하니까 가슴이 한 번 더 내려앉고.
Biopsies are required because current techniques are not capable of clearly differentiating between a tumor and an inflammation. Korean researchers have developed a new application of nuclear medicine. When tested on a mouse with rheumatoid arthritis and a tumor, conventional techniques showed both the inflammation and tumor in white, while the new application highlighted only the tumor in white.
기존의 복잡한 조직 검사나 여타의 검사들을 대체할 수 있는 팩 영상만으로도 대체할 수 있는 그런 검사법이 되지 않을까 생각합니다.
The researchers plan to conduct additional research so that this application can be used to make more diagnoses. The research and its results were published in the global academic journal, Molecular Pharmaceuticals. A man in his 80s is receiving treatment for heart failure. The most common symptom of heart failure is breathing difficulties, which can make even speaking difficult. Patients with heart failure have a rod inserted into their heart that gives electric stimulation. However, this has its limits as only parts of the heart are stimulated, and side effects include irregular heartbeats. Korean researchers have come up with a method that can provide electric stimulation to the whole heart. The method involves surrounding the entire heart with a mesh made out of electrically conductive silver nanowires.
전체를 동시에 자극할 수 있기 때문에 그런 부작용도 없고 그 실제 50% 정도까지 떨어져 있던 심장 혈액순환 정도를 60-70% 이상으로 끌어올릴 수 있어서
The nanowires are embedded in a rubber polymer that does not put a strain on the heart.
은 같은 경우는 이제 독성이 있는 걸로 좀 알려져 있습니다. 그래서 현재 그것들을 개선하는 게 가장 중요한 이슈가 될 것 같고요. 돼지 가지고 실험하는 것들 현재 하고 있습니다.
The research and its results were published in the global scientific journal Science Translational Medicine. This person taps a rubber band on the arm. When there is physical contact, tens of LEDs light up. The person is now stomping the floor, and once again the LEDs light up. Although the two objects are different, the LEDs light up based on the static electricity generated by the blows. A joint US-China research team created a new form of nanogenerators. It's round and filled with conductive liquid. The nanogenerator can be formed in any shape, such as a bracelet or a shoe sole, and hitting it will cause the rubber and the liquid to make contact, creating static electricity. The nanogenerator can be easily bent and extended up to 3 times its size, and it is capable of powering 80 small LED lights. Given how it can convert physical movement into electricity, this generator has the potential to be used in wearables.
아무래도 웨어러블 디바이스는 그 웨어러블을 하고 다니는 사람의 운동 에너지를 끌어쓰는 게 제일 좋죠. 관절의 움직임 내지는 팔의 움직임 정도의 떨림, 이 정도에서 최대 출력이 나오도록 재료를 선정하고 구조를 최적화시키는 게 나노 발전기의 현재 연구 추세입니다.
The research and its results were published in the global academic journal, Science Advances. In Korea, the number one cause of death in terms of diseases is cancer. One of the reasons cancer is hard to treat is that despite medication, some cancer cells remain active, or some genes undergo mutations, rendering the medication useless.
듣지 않는 세포가 살아남게 되고 그 세포들이 이후에 내성을 결국 가지게 되고 또 처음에는 내성이 없던 세포들도 항암제를 씀으로써 새로운 내성이 만들어질 수 있는 그런 부분이 있는 거죠.
The RAS family of proteins in the beta-catenin protein help with cell development, but in mutated forms they can create or develop cancer cells, and even make them resistant to treatment. In fact, mutated RAS proteins are found in almost all types of cancers. Korean researchers have developed a substance that can disassemble the biosignal transmission system of the mutated forms of these two types of proteins.
저희가 근본 개발한 그 저분자 화합물이 그 특정 신호전달 체계에 관련되는 엑신이라고 불리우는 그러한 물질에 달라붙어서 신호전달 체계가 조절되는 방법으로 두 단백질이 분해되고 있습니다.
The researchers were able to suppress the development of cancer cells in a mouse with colorectal cancer and plan to conduct clinical trials. The research and its results were published in the global academic journal, Nature Chemical Biology.
Again, the number one cause of death in terms of diseases is cancer here in Korea. So although it may be a hassle and time-consuming, please make sure you get your annual physical. Well, this wraps up today's show. I hope that we brought you a lot of interesting and informative news. Remember that we will be back next week with even more from IT and science. Keep yourselves cooled off and hydrated during this hot, humid summer day, and I'll be back next time. Goodbye, everyone.